Hello again, this is GoneWithTheWin.com. My name is Leo, and today we are going fishing. Well, maybe not fishing. We're going to go spear fishing in space. That's right, we're going to take a look at Blacksea Odyssey today. The alpha just released, and if you sign up for it, you will receive an email and instructions for how to download it. I've already been playing it for the last week or so and enjoying it very, very much. The story behind Blacksea is you play an old man, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner. He is old man, and you go against 3 other bounty hunters. In this tournament, the greatest bounty hunter after 7 or so missions will, if you qualify, face off against the biggest, baddest, most titanic boss there is in the galaxy. Now, to get there, you're going to have to take on various bounties and do well in them. Equip your ship, equip your basic attack weapons with different runes, and harpoon things, ripping them to shreds. That's the name of the game, and this is why I was so excited about this game. Now, I've been watching these guys develop and work on their game for a long time. They've been nice enough to put their work, all their programming time, all their development time on Twitch, so anyone could just, look them up, start watching videos of how they've put this all together, which I think is pretty impressive. That caught my eye right from the get-go. But when somebody said that I can harpoon a giant 5-screen boss and rip off chunks of him bit by bit, I was sold. But here's the big but. Everything sounds good on paper. How does it play? Well, judging from the alpha, it plays great. It's hard, so it's not easy to jump in and play, but the learning curve is worth it. This game is creative enough to keep your attention and keep you trying to master its unique combat system. Right now, I hooked myself to one of these puffer fish, and as you can see, it drags me along. This harpoon is very handy, not just for hooking onto something and tagging onto them, but it can also be used to damage them or rip them limb from limb, which is my absolute favorite thing to do. In addition, my basic attack, those spears that I'm chugging, can be changed and modified via the rune system. Runes are either dropped by enemies or found in chests. Keys for those chests are randomly dropped by the enemies that you're fighting. Unlocking chests can maybe yield credits, which can be used to buy things, or items that can power up yourself for a little while or repair your ship. But definitely the more permanent, more sought after things are the runes. The alpha only contains a small sampling of the total available runes. Judging from the screenshots and information that I've seen on the game, there's quite a bit of different powers that you can attach to your ship. Alright, now I picked up a couple of keys, and I'm going to go in search of the chests. On the lower right hand corner is the mini-map that lays out where everything is. The glowing green circles are where there's basic enemies, and the giant red floating thing is our main target, our main bounty for this mission. It is a good idea to seek out the lesser enemies first. They drop keys, you can get the loot before you face the big boss. A lot of times the loot becomes very, very handy. Now, I just hooked this ice crusher, but wasn't able to rip it off just yet. When it's signaling you to harpoon, it is the time to rip off that limb. Just ripped off this bad boy's tail. He just rammed me, but I'm going to go in for the kill. One down. Now that I've gotten another key, I need to find another chest. Hopefully, we can find some runes because we desperately need it. Mixing and matching the right runes that you will use, or that you gel with. For example, the ice trails or poison on your darts might alter your playstyle a little bit. But it's fun. It's fun to experiment with it. Slower attack speeds versus critical damage, things like that. It adds an element of strategy to it. It's all all random drops. You don't exactly know what you're going to get. You might have to alter your playstyle. But once you get going and you get a couple of items that you really like, the game, I can't say it becomes easier. It just, you become a little more powerful, and you can manage yourself a little better on these missions. Now, all right, I got my first rune and some power-up items. One of the power-up items I picked up is a shield that protects you a little bit when you're in combat. I will definitely use that versus the boss. And I got a rune that adds 5 damage to my spears. Not a great rune, but it's better than nothing. We're just starting out. I usually comb through the levels, make sure I hit all the lesser enemies and get all the pickups that I possibly can. Once you destroy or bag the main boss, you can't go back and get those chests. So I like to open them up as quickly as possible. And here's our last chest. Let's see what we get here. Just gold. I got ripped off. Let's go. Oh, one thing before I forget. At the start of each mission, you can see your bounties, and each boss or each level has a bonus or subtracts from your loot. You gotta read it carefully. Some say plus 30% rare loot, but you'll suffer 30% more damage. Others are add more gold, less chests, more keys. I didn't read them at first and just jumped right in and didn't understand why I ended up some missions with 10 keys and nothing to show, nothing to open up for it. But it's in the description, so pay attention, and whatever you need to do, try to pick the right bounty for you. Here's our first boss, the Crackhammer. It took me so long to just beat this guy. It seems though when you rip them off bit by bit that it affects their movement a little bit. It affects what they can do. They'll still always attack you, and they're still tough. This boss sort of moves side to side, throwing crystal shards at you, and when I rip off his next limb, he will sort of zigzag just a little bit less. You can only attack him in the middle. He can lose his fins, he can lose his mouthpieces, but he's covered in these rocky crystal things, so most of him is invulnerable. Yes, this boss is larger than I am. I'm just an old dude on a space jet ski. And if you think that this is a big boss, wait till you see some of the other ones. Some of the other ones are massive, 3, 4, 5 screens long, and it's kind of has this Shadow of Colossus flavor to it, just running around taking off little pieces of it. But because there's a randomly generated environment that gets in the way, because of the way that each boss has its own movement and style, this game is not easy. The bosses are definitely some of the harder aspects to handle. However, beating them, ripping them limb from limb, chunk by chunk, is extremely rewarding. Cannot stress this enough. Extremely rewarding. I just ripped off a mouth on a Crackhammer. I am badass. Now, gotta be careful. I have no health items, and health items sometimes become a little rare to come by. Because there's permadeath, especially when you have some nice runes, dying really hurts. It hurts your heart, hurts your soul. It unleashes the Captain Ahab in me though, and I'm right back at it, trying to take out these deadly bastards. The Crackhammer is almost dead. I ripped off most of its mouth appendages. Each time you do manage to rip something off, it takes a considerable chunk of their health away. Got his bottom jaw and his upper jaw. It's really wounded now. You can see it spinning and dying. This looks like a successful bounty. However, I'm at half health, so hopefully I'll get some health soon. He died. Alright. I was unable to get all that loot, but I was told that it's one of the fixes coming, so hopefully soon the loot that's dropped by the boss you'll be able to keep. Now let's go to see how the other bounty hunters did. On the right, you'll see that me, Mr. Old Man, am 10,000 points ahead from Reed, Lawson, and the other guys. So I'm doing pretty good. Our first mission was a success. I have some credits. After they finish talking, I will take a look at the shop and the bounty board, see where we're going to go next. The shop also has some runes. Right click to buy. In this case, I would love to add some fire, but let's see what the other one. Speed to the ship. Fireballs to spin around. The ship can hold 4 runes. Your basic attack can hold 4 runes. These are mixed together to give you one effect at the same time. So mixing and matching, like I said, piling on 2 different runes together, they work in tandem, they work together. Use the ones that fit your playstyle. I personally like to have some speed, and I like to have some fire damage, as well as anything that gives me damage over time, since these creatures require you to hit them and move away. I have found that that's the playstyle that fits me the best. Now this glass slasher, it says treasure fish density plus 8%, enemy speed plus 7%. The other ones have a legendary drop of minus 19%, and enemy speed, though, however, is dropped 22%. As you can see, there's a trade-off usually between the different bounties, even though they're the same boss. So pick the one that will benefit you. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and jump up to the glass slasher since I need treasures. Money is fine. Don't feel like doing the original boss again. The glass slasher is definitely worth more. Now my ship is bleeding. I have half health. Got my fireball that spins around me that does damage if it comes in contact with anything. But first order of business is hopefully find a chest and heal up. Got a little new enemy, a crystal frost puffer. As you can see, it puffs up, and if I get in its trail, I will take damage. Hooked onto him though, so he can take me around. It's a good strategy depending on the enemy. Like I said, if you hook on, he can drag you for a while. You'll stay close to him though, because some of them just like to skirt away. Other enemies though, they appear as if they're trying to get away from you, and instead are lining up for a charge. Come on, Daddy needs a key. I need some help, man. That's the good and bad thing about roguelikes, right? I mean, at the same time, no 2 games play alike, but sometimes you just don't get what you really, really need. There's no way to control that. That random aspect, of course, creates a lot of good replayability. So far, no keys. Still at half health, so no way am I going to tangle with the boss. Every once in a while, you'll have these little waves of piranhas. They're not marked on the map until you get close. They're just little red dots. They're not hard to take out. Sometimes they do drop keys and credits. I like to usually clear the whole map before I even start to mess around with the boss. Don't want anything getting involved with our boss battles. Alright, still no luck. I like the little lighting effect from the space jet ski as you search around. I thought that was pretty cool. Alright, heading over to another enemy location. So far I'm having no luck with getting some health. Starting to worry me because if I run out of these little farming pockets and I have no health, I don't know if I can take out the glass shard with just 53 and no real spectacular ruins on my ship. Ah, yes, a repair. Just in the nick of time. Alright, so activating the repair, I will add some more hit points to my ship. As you can see, the little green lights are furiously at work, and at the top right hand corner, my health is going up. Oh, I found a chest, but no keys. 2 chests, but no keys. Let's keep looking. Nothing. space is a barren, cold place for an old man on a jet ski and really long hair. This game was produced with Unity, and honestly, it's very, very slick looking. There we go. We got some enemies. It controls great with keyboard and mouse. I tried to use a 360 controller. I just ended up going back to the keyboard. I found it a little better to aim. That was the thing for me, is aiming. These things are not hard. I mean, not easy to hit or spear. So precision control is a must. Keyboard and mouse just seem to suit this game a lot better. But you might like controllers for this. Whatever floats your boat. We're all fishermen in this tournament of mass destruction. Okay, so we got 2 keys now, which is good. We got 2 chests back there that I need to open up. 3 keys. It's my lucky day. Let's go see what we can find. Hopefully something very anti-glass shardy. This is your boost. Use it wisely. Takes time to recharge. It's great for darting out of range from a large enemy. We did pick up some runes. Great. What did we get? Critical shot. A small chance to do 2 times damage. That said critical shot 1, so it bears to reason that there's critical shots at different levels. What did I get for the ship? Speed. Ship now moves faster. Love that. Love when the ship goes fast. I think speed's important. Some of these bosses will turn around and chase you, and you have to get out of their way quickly. Not to mention enemies. Some of these enemies dart back and forth rather quickly, and if I can keep up with them, then my fisherman duties are so much easier to handle. Taking out some of these little piranhas. I don't see any more chests. There is one more farming pocket on the map. I'm gonna head over there and take those guys out first. Hopefully it's nothing too aggressive or serious. Don't want to lose more health. I have 78. Oh, 73. Right, just a family of these crystal puffers, frost puffers. Some of them will say in parentheses like enchanted, or if they have special abilities attached to them like frost or fire. That's kind of cool because it kind of gives them a little variation to them, and they will exhibit some kind of frost trail or special attack that you have to look out for. So this pocket's gone. I got 3 keys. I don't think there's any more chests though. I'm kind of reluctant to start facing the glass shard because this is the one that kind of raped my butt many times. It's a clever little bastard. He will first try to get away from you, and he doesn't really shoot a whole lot of stuff to you. Eventually he will fire some glass shards at you that will kind of like wait and hover in space and then charge at you. But his most devastating attack, alright, we got some ice, some slow effect to our spear. The most devastating thing he does is he will purposely run away from you, and as you're chasing him like a dope, he will turn around and charge you with his giant wing-like crystal fins. Smacking you with them will take away 20 or 30 health, so a few smacks and you are dead. Just a small example of, you know, the well thought out boss gameplay and design that went into Blacksea Odyssey. Alright, I'm gonna kind of carve my own way out of here. I don't like the idea of being trapped by all these long-winded or twisted crystal barriers. I need room to run. Okay, here we go. Activating the boss battle. Already you can see that it's much larger than the crack hammer. Doesn't matter, my basic attack is more powerful. We just ripped off a tail. Doing my best here to dodge these glass shards so that they don't take me apart. Alright, it's moving away. I'm looking at it on the mini map on the radar. It's turning around. It's coming about. moves pretty quick, and I just know that the next thing I'm gonna see is its big ugly face. Here it comes. Alright, there we go. I knew it. Not gonna get me this time, glass shard thing. Piece of crap. Alright, so its giant crystals are slashing through the environment, breaking it apart. I can't hit anything at the moment. Its wings or fins are blocking me. Hoping he turns around again, so I can take a look at his backside. Alright. Here's its juicy center. It quickly dodges to the left. I mean, it's hard to keep up. And it's out of range again. Took a few shots at his backside, couldn't rip it off. Not enough damage. Where the hell? Okay, now it's coming from my left. Here it comes, swooping in. Now he'll extend its fins and try to swat you away. But I was able to dodge. Here we go. The harpoon command is there. Oh, I missed. Not that easy when it's wiggling around, but you get the hang of it. There you go. Take that. Harpoon them all, I say. Harpoon them all. I found the chest. Not usually I find the chest when I'm battling the boss, but could always use the extra credits. Here he goes. Oof. Saw that 20 health gone, just like that. Hopefully I can shoot my harpoon off before he takes off. There we go. Ripped. I can't get enough of these boss battles, and as it moves in again, it's not my turboed out. It's just trying to sideswipe me. I love how intricate each one is and how each one has its own sort of personality and movement. Makes for some really epic battles. He got away from me again. I'm bleeding. I got 30 health. This is not going to go well. I might die here, folks. This might be a very short video. Ugh. Just enough turbo to go around. I can't afford another side-to-side movement, so I'm trying to stay away from its shards and hit its vital organ that's been exposed. As you can see, he's now firing more flash shards. Yeah, I got him. Ripped out his heart. Another successful bounty. Okay, let's head back and see how the other guys did. We got 23,000 bounty. That's pretty good. Hopefully we're still in the lead. And we are. But I think the other guy, Raid Lawson, the cool guy with the hat, is catching up a little bit. No worries. The next bounty will be the biggest one of all. With the alpha, though, I'm not able to sell. It's something I reported in the feedback back to the developer. I'm sure they'll fix it in the next update or next iteration of Blacksea Odyssey. I was unable to sell, and I'm sure it'll be a bigger aspect, but I can definitely buy. So I'm buying some health, I'm buying some repairs, because the next guy is a pretty massive boss. Damage. I know we have two of them. I would love to sell it. It doesn't want to let me. Not too crazy about the bombs. Useful for small enemies. Doesn't really do anything to big bosses, so I'm not crazy about it. Here's our Leviathan. We have 3 choices of them. I'm gonna go ahead and take enemy speed 30%. I think in legendary rune drops 30%. I could always use a legendary rune. Much like the last levels, you start the same way, out in open space, little areas to farm. I'm just gonna set up my repairs here because I will need them in this mission. I definitely need some help. Nice fire effect to my new fire spewing, ice gathering basic attack that I've created with all these runes that I have found. Found the chest right away. Grab some more items. Off to the right in the mini-map, you'll see that the Leviathan creature is there. Don't want to disturb him just yet. First, let's face off these. Let's take out these piranhas. While I wait out my repairs. Just running around scanning for chests, even if I don't have a key. I do have one key, but even if I find them, at least they're marked on the map. Go back to them after. Just grabbed another room. I like that. I like these levels with plenty of room. Sniper shot. Increased damage by 10, but projectile speed by 50% and attack speed minus 50%. Ugh. That's a tough sell. I mean, that's a bad trade-off. Maybe it'll sell for more. But where did that come from? Fire 3? Didn't even notice. Didn't even know where that came from. I don't know. Don't know if I can take that kind of a loss to its projectile speed and attack speed. Ugh, I'll never hit anything. Alright, let's go see what's over here. Below us, there's another ringing green area, so we're gonna get attacked by creatures, a couple puffers, and that ice hammer guy that loves to just battering ram you. Now, we faced him before, you remember, took a few more shots, but now with our upgraded weaponry, look how quick it went down. Now, I know I'm taking a long way. Like I said, I really would like to find everything that each mission has to offer. You just never know when there'll be a legendary rune just waiting there, one that will greatly assist in your tournament seeking ambitions. No, I'm surprised you didn't just freeze me right on top of me. But we got ourselves a key. Time to check that last chest. Music to my ears. I live for the runes. What is this one? Poison 3? Sounds good. Give it to me. I don't like the critical shot. Or the basic damage. I'm not sure which one to get rid of, but we gotta get rid of something. Yeah, I'd rather have Poison 3. It's a rare rune. And it does damage over time. That's always a plus. Like I said, running up alongside a giant boss or an enemy, spearing him with some of these poison spears, and then it will try to run away, or you might try to get away from its counterattack, but it's still taking damage. So when he swings around, hopefully an appendage or two are ready to be ripped off. Just one more pass. Found 2 more pockets. Let me take those out first. Alright, now you're in a group of these ice piercers. These guys do like to charge you, but they go down pretty easy with poison and ice and a carefully placed harpoon. Rip it. Have I told you guys before that I really liked spearing things and ripping them off? I mean, seriously, that's like the best thing ever added in the game. Previously, games let you harpoon things to the wall. That was cool, but harpoon things and rip them apart? I don't know why anybody hasn't thought of it before. but I think every Harpoon game needs to have the ability to counter rip things off. Thanks to Blacksea Odyssey, it has now set a bar for harpooning. Alright, I'm not sure if there's anything else, but just hate to leave anything behind. Got almost 1,000 credits. That's pretty much enough to get 2 or 3 runes. I haven't seen anything that expensive in the store. I think we're all done, but just want to give things a once over. I believe the moment that we've been waiting for, this final confrontation, is almost at hand. I am still reluctant to start without double checking everything, because once I begin, I begin. Oh my, what big teeth you have. I don't see anything at all. So, starting this boss battle is a little different than the other ones. The ones are ready to fight and go. As you can see, he's kind of blended in the background. This is how you activate him. You have to float over him. And now you can really appreciate its massive size and scope. The Leviathan. We will be ripping apart this monstrosity piece by piece by bloody piece. We're going to start with the tail. The Leviathan is covered in little mouths that shoot out torrents of ice. If you get caught in them, you will take damage. It also fires shards of glass or crystal, just like the last boss, but not as accurate, not as many. There's just a lot of things going on. To take out these tails, they require numerous shots. Nope, tried twice, not about the tail. It's not. Here we go. Here's our message. Boom. Ah, man, that feels good. Okay, next piece of tail. That's what she said. Okay, gone. Got the tail end. I don't know if it'll affect it, it'll help it move slower. Not only is it the little mouths that shoot out rows of ice. Mixed with the shards, it becomes hard. You're trying to avoid one thing and you get hit with the other. Precise aiming on these little mouths are a little difficult. Success. Dirty, disgusting 8-mouth floating off into space. Here comes the next one. You can grab and release really quick. It'll serve up off. There's no time requirement to tearing off a piece of an alien. Mainly it's just softening it up first and then pulling it off. Hitting this thing is going to be kind of rough. Alright, we got it. Gotta work the other side of this tail section. It's not as easy as it looks with all the things that are trying to kill you. Got him. Got him, boys. Just took a flash shard. Still trying to break off its 2 remaining mouths in this section. Alright. Got that one. It's a little hard to pilot in these close quarters in the way that the Leviathan shifts back and forth, but got a free shot at the midsection. Now time to rip off this piece. Sideways, missed by hair. Side by side, it's moving, so that causes me to misjudge my shot. Ah, we got it. Here we go. Big chunk falling off. We have ripped apart probably about half of this ship in all this time. I mean, this enemy, this boss. Time to move in for a closer kill. As you can see, this is more compact. I got 2 little areas here with mouths. Still got the first. Try not to get hit. Shots, trying to avoid blades, trying to avoid everything. Gets a little hectic, but we're doing good. Oh, whoa there! There also does seem to be a time limit for the harpooning. You can't just come back a week later and it'll still be ready. You know, you have to, I guess, hook it up to the harpoon end in the limited amount of time that you got. Two more mouths on the starboard side. I believe it's one more little mouth on this side. Getting close is a lot easier said than done. Not trying to get whacked by this moving tail. Alright, this next shot. This next shot. I told you. This is it. Alright, the Leviathan is halfway dead. I am hanging on here. 50% health. I might have to use one of those shield power-ups. Just following the swaying motions, it's getting slower and slower. A little easier for me to, yes, ripped off a chunk of torso. Just got a few more mouths to rip off. Cannot rip off those little wings that throw out the shards. Not part of the deal. Midsection is exposed. Almost there. Got it. So we've taken this thing down from a Titanic 3-screen boss to about just 1 or 1.5. I'm leaving it defenseless. Not sure how to take it out though. Everything else is coming up blocked, so I don't know where to shoot it now. Oh god, don't hit me. 37 health. Where's its eye? I don't see its eye anywhere. I see teeth. Shell. Not sure what to do next. Chocolate-like thing is moving very, very slowly. Of course, it's half ripped apart. Courtesy of GoneWithTheWin.com. Alright, there's got to be a weak point. It's got to be a weak spot. It probably has something to do with his eye. I just can't find it. It's opening up. Let's go in here. What's here? Oh, here we go. There we go. Down goes the Leviathan. Alright, this wraps up the alpha look of Blacksea Odyssey. If you haven't signed up for it, I highly recommend you sign up for it. This is one of the most original games I've seen in a long time. Can't wait for 2016 to play the full thing. Definitely pre-order now and get your old man pirate skin. Keep an eye out for any updates to Blacksea Odyssey. Leave the developer feedback. They are listening. They do care, want to hear what users have to say about their game. Once again, thank you for joining us as we took a look at this alpha of Blacksea Odyssey. We also like to hear feedback and take in all suggestions and ideas for our next broadcast. If you have any, please feel free to comment or subscribe. Thank you once again. My name is Leo, and this is GoneWithTheWin.com. See you next time.